The sun rose slowly over the earth, spilling golden light across the fields where Cain toiled. Dust rose in gentle swirls from the furrows he had plowed. The scent of turned soil rich and pungent in the morning air. Sweat ran down his forehead as he leaned on his hoe, staring at the small shoots of grain that promised life, yet somehow felt distant, almost mocking. Why does Abel's offering please him, and not mine? The thought whispered, barely more than a tremor at first, then growing louder, sharper. I have worked the earth, poured my strength into it. Why is it not enough? Why him and not me? Cain's hands clenched, the rough calluses digging into the dirt. The whisper of jealousy grew into a voice that seemed separate from himself, urging, tempting. It should be me. It should have been me. I am the firstborn. I am the stronger one. God cannot favor him over me. Meanwhile, Abel walked in the quiet pastures with his flock, the soft bleating of lambs rising and falling like a gentle hymn. His heart was calm, steady, full of trust, and his thoughts drifted to God as he stroked the wool of the fattest lamb. May this offering be pleasing. May it be received with favor. My heart is pure, my gift true. He looked up at the sky, noticing how the clouds moved lazily, the wind bending the grass, the birds stirring as if in silent praise. He did not sense the storm brewing behind him, in the heart of his brother just a few fields away. Days passed, and the tension in Cain's chest hardened like stone. He tried to work, tried to let the soil comfort him, but every movement of the earth reminded him of what he lacked: approval, favor, recognition. He watched Abel tending the flock, his laughter light, his face calm, and the sight ignited a fire in Cain's chest. It is not fair. I do not understand. Why him? The whisper of sin crouched at the door of his mind, and Cain, exhausted by envy and confusion, let it speak. You could change it. You could take what is rightfully yours. You could be seen. You could be remembered. One afternoon, the sun low in the sky, Cain said, forcing a casual tone, "Abel, let us go out into the field." Abel looked up from brushing a lamb's fleece, his eyes trusting, his voice warm. "Yes, brother. Let us walk." The field stretched wide, bathed in amber light, the wind soft but persistent. Every blade of grass whispered against its neighbor. The leaves of distant trees rustled, birds darted and called, and the earth beneath their feet seemed alive with quiet observation. Abel spoke gently of tending the flock, of watching the lambs grow, of the small miracles in the world around them. Cain heard the words but did not listen. His mind was a storm, a tangle of envy, fear, and dark determination. This has to end. I cannot bear this anymore. I cannot be second to him. I cannot be invisible. Abel paused to adjust a lamb, humming softly, feeling the rhythm of life in his hands, the warmth of the animal's breath. He thought, how strange it is to be so accepted, to feel God's favor in such a tangible way. I wish my brother could feel this too. He did not know that Cain's gaze on him was heavy, dark, filled with a storm that Abel could not see, could not imagine. Cain's chest ached with the weight of his own thoughts, every heartbeat echoing in his ears. He could hear, or imagined he could, the subtle whispers of the wind, as if the very earth spoke to him. Choose, choose now. He felt the pulse of fear mingling with the pull of rage, a violent tension coiling in his gut. No one will stop me. No one can. Why should Abel have what I cannot? In a moment that stretched and snapped all at once, Cain struck. Abel fell with a soft thud against the ground, the earth beneath him trembling as if in shock. The wind stilled for an instant, the birds froze mid-flight, and a silence fell that seemed to hold the world itself in mourning. Abel's eyes, wide with surprise and trust, met Cain's for a heartbeat, then dimmed forever. The warm softness of life fled from him, leaving only the cold weight of death. Cain stood, breathing hard, staring at what he had done. What have I done? His voice was almost a whisper, almost lost to the rustling grass and the sigh of the wind. Panic rose in him, hot and choking, as he imagined the cries that would come, the vengeance that would follow. And yet, the echo of God's words from earlier trembled in his mind. Sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. Cain felt that echo turn bitter. He had not ruled. He had fallen. Then God's voice came, not in anger, but in sorrowful authority. Where is your brother Abel? Cain's voice cracked as he replied, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? The words sounded hollow even to him, reverberating in the silent fields. God said, What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Cain's knees buckled, his hands gripping the soil, feeling it cold and unyielding beneath him. Fear consumed him, guilt blazed in every nerve. Now you are cursed from the ground, which has opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth. Cain's heart thudded like a drum in the empty field. I am lost. I am alone. I cannot escape this. And yet, God placed a mark upon him, a fragile mercy, saying, Anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance 7 times over. The mark was heavy with meaning, protection, and punishment intertwined. Cain left the presence of God and wandered east into the land of Nod. The wind sighed through the trees, carrying memories of Abel, of the lambs, of the sunlit field that would forever be haunted by a brother's blood. Every step was a reminder, every rustle a whisper of conscience. He built a life, married, had children, but the weight of that day remained a shadow across the land, a scar on the earth. A cautionary tale whispered through the generations. Envy kills, sin crouches, and the heart's choices echo forever. Even as he lived the story of Cain and Abel stretched beyond him, teaching humanity that the eyes may see the offering, but God sees the heart. That sin crouches patiently at every door, and that we are truly our brother's keeper.